Yes, judges.
Hello, Dan. How you doing? You all
What are you
right?
up to, bro?
I'm actually watching the football, mate. This Surfshark VPN is a lifesaver, mate. You can watch the football with a dodgy Wi-Fi, even at the Emirates when you've got a big crowd there and everything like that, watching the football. Unbelievable.
Easy to set up? Well, it must be if you've done it, mate.
Ah, very, very funny. Even abroad you can, like, you can watch all your favourite programmes. It's like being at home, mate.
And that's exactly what you guys can do too. Click the link in the description for Surfshark VPN.
I must commend Gooner Lee for his Twitter activity. I was impressed with his tweets. I think I even clicked a like on a few of them. It was very unexpected, reasonable, rational, unbiased opinions, which we're not used to seeing from most Arsenal fans anyway. So I commend you, Gooner Lee.
Well, listen, I mean, Gooner Lee, let's come to you, brother. I said personally on my sort of stuff after the game and my content that I felt like we disrespected Bayern Munich as a fan base and as a football club a little bit, because let's not forget that they have got unbelievable players like Harry Kane, like Leroy Sané, Gnabry we know about, who scored against us. They've got Goretzka, they've got Kimmich, Neuer, all these players that have been there and done it. And let's be real, there's only really Jorginho, Havertz, Zinchenko and Jesus that have from us. Everybody else is like their first time in the Champions League, whether you're Declan Rice, Bukayo Saka, Martinelli, Gabriel, etc., right?
That don't mean nothing.
Huh?
That don't mean anything, mate. Football is football.
No,
It's
but I'm
kicking-
comparing.
kicking
No, but
ball.
this is my point, though, bruv. Right? We're comparing.
No, come on, man.
What do you mean? Come on.
No, I
It's
agree
just-
with you. Like, occasions matter. I think occasions matter, and experience a big occasion.
No,
Like,
no.
If you've
Hold on.
never played in a final, it's going to be different.
No,
Different
Lawless, you can't chat, because last week you told me, you and Dan both started shaking your bum, saying, and I want to see Gooner Lee's reaction to this, that you would rather win 10 Carabao Cups than play Champions League football. That's the dusty comments that was coming out of your mouth. Let me tell you why I'm not buying that, Dan. I'm not buying any of that rubbish from you this evening. The reason is you've been kicking ball for 31 games. You're top of the Prem, the hardest league in world football. Bayern Munich have lost their last 2 league games. They've been losing to dusty teams. I mean, bloody hell, Eric Dyer, that couldn't get a sniff at Spurs, started that game yesterday. And you want to come and tell me now you realize that they got decent... Those players have been crap, bro. They're not winning the Bundesliga.
They're not crap footballers, though. They're not crap footballers, though, Deji.
But they've been crap this year, bro. Is Bayern Munich winning the Bundesliga this season? No, they're not. The reason why they're not winning it is because this team is dustier than Tutankhamun's coffin, and this was your opportunity to show who you are. In fact, I feel let down. I feel like Arsenal let the Premier League down yesterday.
Oh, you're really let down as a Spurs fan.
You should slap them up, and you guys just let Bayern Munich sauce. That's rubbish, man. Don't try and sugarcoat this. Don't try and make it as if. Don't put a positive on it. It was a disgrace. Ah, the crikey, the cheek of it.
Gooner Lee, anything to say on that? Was it a disgrace? Was it an embarrassment? Are these teams dusty than Tutankhamun's coffin? Is it a disgrace to draw 2-2 at home to Bayern Munich?
Listen, in the YouTube world, I say there's 3 people never listen to: Deji, Don, and Patrick. Never talk. Listen, if you're talking about football, don't listen to them, because they actually talk. Hold on. They talk. I listen. I was quiet. I let you talk. They talk utter nonsense. But what I will say is there is a little bit of credibility to what Deji is saying. Now, what I kind of, where I put my head at with this thing is Chelsea won the league and they were the Champions League, and they were terrible in the league. So like, you have to kind of put it to the fact that sometimes a team will down tools in one competition to lift themselves up in another competition. What we saw from Bayern Munich is they've let the league go. They're not bothered about it. The managers come out and said the same thing. So if the managers come out and said it, they're obviously clearly going all in for this Champions League. They're putting all their eggs into this basket. So what I will say is, on top of that, yesterday, when I actually went through it, Eric Dyer was the only person that doesn't start for their national team. If you go through the whole 11 players, everybody in that starting 11 plays for their national team. Lima, Neuer, Kimmich, De Ligt, what's his name, Coleman. You got a Goretzka, obviously the front four, they all start for their national team. So what we're doing is the same thing that Arsenal have been doing for years and been told off for doing. Looking at teams on paper and thinking that the paper's going to win the game when you have to go out and actually win the game there and there. Now, I want people in the chat. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know if Dan's going to disagree or agree, and maybe you can find me evidence because I know he likes to do that because he's got his secret investigatory skills. I didn't see many Arsenal fans going crazy in the sense of we thought that would win the game. But I don't think that we disrespected Bayern Munich as a fan base prior to the game. Personally, that's not what I saw. I saw a lot of Arsenal fans feeling confident because of, yes, Bayern Munich haven't been playing well and they've lost their last 2 games. But I don't think they looked at it and said that it was disrespectful. I saw a lot of rival fans.
Do you not think, though, just quickly, when I was saying, me and Judges were saying, what do you think the score is going to be? I said 1-0 because I thought like they'd come and they'd defend and then we'd struggle when we'd knock at the door and then we'd finally break through because that's what I felt from what Deji was saying. They're dusty, Bayern Munich are struggling, right? I was then told in the chat by a lot of people, nah, have some chest. This is going to be 4-0. This is going to be 3-0. This is going to be 4-1. And I was like, really? This is a good side, by the way.
I'll be honest with you, right? The performance, and this is where I give credence to what Deji's saying. I didn't expect that performance. I really didn't expect that performance yesterday. I didn't think that they would wet the bed the way they did. The lights looked too bright, especially in the first half for a lot of those players. And that's where I look at it and I'm like, hold on. We've seen Man City as the clearest example of you have to go through adversity in the Champions League to then eventually win it because they've spent untold amount of money, brought in the best players and the best manager, and they've only won it once. And Pep's been here 7 years or 7 years. So it's clear that you can't expect just for a team to just walk through and just get to the final and win. It doesn't work like that. Bayern Munich have won the Champions League 6 times. We've not won it at all. We've been to 1 final. So I do kind of get where Deji's coming from, but obviously he's going to put his Spurs spin on it, and that's where I feel like I'm going to put a bit more. I'm putting a bit more context towards it all. But you know what they say in life: nobody cares about the truth because the lie is more entertaining. And Deji's going to lie, and it sounds good. It sounds funny. So listen, man.
I'm not even trolling. I'm not even trolling Arsenal, my bro.
No, I don't think you are trolling. And I don't think you are trolling.
I'm actually, if you read between the lines, I'm actually showing respect to your club. I'm showing respect. I'm saying Arsenal's the best team in England at the moment, and we on the European stage.
Wait, hold on, Deji, let me stop you there.
You to represent our country. That's what I'm saying.
Deji, let me stop you there. Are we the best team in Europe? So in England, sorry, or are we playing the best football?
Well, can I say that for me, I'm like you. I'm old school, and I had to bite the bullet. I had to eat humble pie on this. I had to eat humble pie and go and refer you to the fact that the table doesn't lie. At the moment, you're the best team in the country.
Okay, let me ask.
Last week they wasn't. Last week they weren't.
Yeah. So hold on. Thank you. That so Deji. Deji, who do you expect to? Deji, who do you expect to win the league? Just a name.
Liverpool.
Okay, fine. So what you're saying is by predicting that is you think Liverpool are the best team, but we are currently playing the best football, and that's where you're conflating the two. Because you're saying that we're currently in a position. Because what you could do, what I could do is,
but that's just my opinion. It might not happen. Do you know what I'm saying?
So in your opinion, what you're saying
based on what?
No, in your opinion, you're basically saying Liverpool are the best team in England, but Arsenal are playing the best football. They've put themselves in a position. Because Deji, you're predicting Liverpool to win the league.
No, I think Liverpool can win, but at the moment, you're top of the league. You scored the most goals, so you're the best team. I even went as far as to say this week that usually the team that wins the league is the team that has the best goal difference, and you have the best goal difference at the moment. But I'm a Spurs fan. I don't want to see you winning the league, so I'm hoping for Liverpool to win the league.
What I learned years ago, is some people listen to answer and some people listen to respond. You need to respond to the question. Who do you believe is going to win the league?
I believe Liverpool will win the league.
Okay, so what you're saying, what people can infer is you believe that Liverpool are the best team overall because they're okay, fine. Yes. So by that metric, You can't then say to the other side of it that we must win these games extra because we aren't the best team in England. We're playing the best football, and there's a difference. And that's where I'm going for you. So what I'm saying to you is, yes, I think Arsenal shit the bed. I can hold my hands up. I do, because I predicted 3-1. I genuinely predicted 3-1. And it was more to do with where we were playing. And for the last 24 games in the Premier League, in this year, calendar year, we conceded 4 goals. We've not made any mistakes. Not only do we not concede goals, we don't concede chances. So what we saw from, and Dan was at the game, I watched the game, I was at AFTV. What we saw from the team yesterday were like mistakes that we haven't seen from the team for a long period of time. So that shows they bottled it. They bottled the first half, especially. Second half, they improved, but I don't think it was amazing. I feel like they did better, but I don't think it was, this, swashbuckling football that we've seen from Arsenal for a long period of time. So I can give you credence, but I don't feel like you got to sit here and say, oh, you're disappointed in Arsenal, because it's Europe. And it's not, I'm not going to do, oh, who are Spurs? I'm not going to do the thing, oh, who are Spurs? They don't know this, that. I just think when you actually take yourself out of that situation of the Spurs bubble and look at football as a grand scheme of things, every single Champions League winner hasn't won their league. So it means that they've won one competition, but they've not been the best team in their country.
That's
So for Chelsea, they're the prime example. Both times they've won the Champions League, they've not won the league. So
I'm not expecting you guys to do the double.
No. But what I'm saying is, in the Champions League, it's a different kettle of fish. And the metrics that we have for Champions League, you can't put that on Arsenal currently because we're wet behind the ears. And Arsenal fans had to learn that yesterday. I think Arsenal fans had to take a bit of humbling.
Can I ask one question? Can I ask one question?
Yeah, sure.
Look, everything you're saying, for once, I have to say, maybe because it's a recording and I haven't got anyone to tell me not to chat. But I actually agree with you, to be honest with you. I actually agree with everything that you said. However, I have said this, and I have said this several times. Europe, for me, this season is absolutely dusty. Dusty. And this is why I said people need to read in between the lines of what I'm saying. I've told you, Dan, to your face that I expect the Champions League to be won by one of 3 teams, Arsenal, City, or Real Madrid. This was before the draw was made. And then Real Madrid bloody got Man City. So that kind of narrowed it down to 2. The winner of the Champions League will be either Arsenal, if they're still in the competition, or the winner between Man City and Real Madrid. I don't respect any other teams in Europe because they are dusty. The gap between them and the Prem is too wide. So the reason why I'm disappointed is because you said it yourself. You didn't turn up, not because you weren't capable, not because you couldn't slap up Bayern Munich, but because you wet the bed. You said that yourself. So that's why I'm allowed to be disappointed in you. I'm allowed to be disappointed in your club. Because really, if it was down to football, you should have slapped them up. And 3-1 was the correct prediction. I had you to go through.
Yeah, and again, I'm not disputing the fact that I think Arsenal wet the bed. I'm not disputing the fact that I think we should have won. We were 1-0 up. I think we should have gone 2-0 up with Ben White. And again, listen, Ben White's my favorite player. So me criticizing him is null and void because I always, give him a lot of support. But I do think, again, if he had that chance in the Brighton game, he would have probably scored. And I just think that's where the players, the lights just will bright on them as a team, as individuals. The lights will brighten them, and I don't know why, I don't know how, because we went 1-0 up. It's annoying actually. I actually had to rewatch the game today, because obviously in the studio you can't hear the sound. But like I don't. The crowd was fully involved. We had everything going in our favor, and I just think we just didn't do what we needed to do. But I think the last point, and I'll turn it over to you guys and Dan and stuff. I thought the team selection was poor, and I think again, as much as I love Arteta, I think he's a great manager. He's again wet behind the ears, and I think he's shown on many occasions this season that he's improving with his ego and trying to make sure he's the star of the show at times. But I think yesterday he tried to do that and it's backfired. And I think that could be the reason why we go out. And hopefully he makes some of those changes in the second game.